The Doctor has had many faces and personas over the last 60 years. From that first regeneration in 1966, the Doctor has had over 30 on-screen incarnations. But who are the best ones? I'm Ethan, and this is TalkingWhoniverse.
Hello and welcome to TalkingWhoniverse, the YouTube channel dedicated to talking about everything Who in the last 6 decades. In today's video we're giving our opinion on the top 10 Doctors from the last 60 years. Not all incarnations that piloted the TARDIS are going to make this list. That doesn't necessarily mean that they were bad Doctors, as every portrayal of the titular Time Lord has been iconic in their own right. Only the Doctors that made it as the next official incarnation of our favourite Time Lord will be considered for this list. So Doctors like the War Doctor and Fugitive Doctor will not make it in today's top 10. Sorry Joe Martin fans, but this one's for the traditional Doctors.
I told you, love, I'm the Doctor.
You can't be.
Yeah, why's that?
Before we start our top 10, if you're enjoying the video and would like to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and let us know in the comments what you want to see next.
Number 10. The First Doctor. The one that started it all, the First Doctor dawned on our screens in 1963 and television sci-fi had been changed forever. Not your standard children's show lead, but very quickly won the hearts of the nation as the TV's best alien hero. The First Doctor, portrayed by William Hartnell, Richard Handel and David Bradley respectively, all went to the basics in what made a good Doctor. Kind, sympathetic and honest when he needed to be, he showed that no matter what situation he and his companions found themselves in, he'd always find a way to outsmart his foes and help those who needed him. Defining himself for the first generation of Doctor Who fans as the Doctor, he is the original, you might say.
The original, you might say.
Number 9. The Fifth Doctor. Appearing younger than his predecessors, the Fifth Doctor expressed a new and more human side of his alien nature. With a newfound love for cricket and very often sharing special moments with his companions as though they were family, he quickly became the most relatable Doctor since the first incarnation. Being a kind and formal gentleman with his peers, to being a true force to be reckoned with by the likes of the Daleks, the Cybermen, and even the Master, the Fifth Doctor became a hero for a whole new generation of fans, and earned a place in the list of the very best Doctors.
I owe it to my friend to try because I got her into this! So you see, I'm not gonna let you stop me now!
Number 8. The Ninth Doctor. With the Doctor making a fantastic return to our screens in 2005, the Ninth Doctor was a lot angrier and war-torn than the Doctors from the classic era. Sassy and short-tempered, we see the Ninth Doctor immediately set himself apart from any Doctor beforehand. Ridding himself of the rainbow coats, celery sticks, the Ninth Doctor wore sober dark clothing, looking like your everyday kind of guy. Him and his new companion Rose introduce new horrors, face classic foes, and make new friends before this incarnation's short life came to an end. After facing his PTSD from the Time War, he died doing what he did best, being absolutely fantastic.
Just this once! Everybody lives!
Number 7. The Eighth Doctor. A lot like the Fifth Doctor, 8 was thoughtful, emotional, and impairingly human in nature. After a 7-year hiatus from our screens, Paul McGann was the man who brought the Doctor back to life and became the Time Lord for a whole new generation. In what was the Doctor's only on-screen appearance for almost 20 years, he showed just how wondrous and full of life this incarnation would be. Never receiving his own series, the Eighth Doctor became the face of the Doctor Who Big Finish adventures, where he had a chance to explore more of himself and became one of the longest-serving canon Doctors.
Was that supposed to frighten me, Thal? I've seen entire species destroyed, civilizations left in ruins. I've witnessed solar systems vanish in the twinkling of an eye. I've seen things that would freeze your blood. So don't threaten me, don't ever threaten me.
Number 6. The Seventh Doctor. The final Doctor of the classic series, the Seventh Doctor explored a darker and a more chance-taking persona than we'd ever seen from the character before. Often using the people around him, Seven consistently threw his friends into games of manipulation in order to understand how to anticipate people's thoughts and to help him to defeat evil in the universe. Seven would quickly show that he ultimately did this for the greater good, to have the best and happiest outcome for all the people he cared about. Having some of the most emotionally and meaningful straight-up badass moments in the show, he showed himself to be a true lovable Doctor, yet still a true force to be reckoned with by his foes.
Yes, the TARDIS. There are worlds out there where the sky's burning, where the sea's asleep and the rivers dream. People made of smoke and cities made of song. Some of there's danger, some of there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace, we've got work to do.
Number 5. The Twelfth Doctor. Much like the 7th Doctor, 12 started off by occasionally treating his then companion Clara Oswald like a chess piece in his move to save the day, putting her through emotional distress over the Earth's safety, bringing danger to the school she worked in, and pushing her to the limits after the death of her boyfriend. 12 began to rediscover his love for the universe and showed a true heroic side when it came to protecting the ones he loved. By the end of 12's era, he had grown into a truly caring Doctor, consistently offering his life to save other people, and even convinced Missy that things in the universe were good and worth fighting for.
I am an idiot with a box and a screwdriver. Just passing through, helping out, learning. I don't need an army. I never have, because I've got them. Always them.
Number 4. The 2nd Doctor. Known as the Cosmic Hobo, rough around the edges, the 2nd Doctor had introduced a more silly and heroic take on the famous Time Lord, and appealed more to a young audience like the Doctor never had before. Nicer than his predecessor, the 2nd Doctor led a happy-go-lucky life, which the Doctor still leads to this day, happily flouting the laws of his own people. This 2nd Doctor made numerous friendships, notably with the Brigadier. After facing big bads such as the Ice Warriors and the Macra, this flute-wielding, impish, scruffy, childlike man was forced to regenerate and exiled for meddling in events across the universe against the Time Lord's code.
You can't just change what I look like without consulting me!
You will have an opportunity to choose your appearance.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. But I warn you, I'm very particular.
Here is your first choice.
Oh, he's too old. Well, he's too fat, isn't he? No, he's too thin. Yes, that one's too young. Oh, no, that won't do at all.
And coming in 3rd in our final top 3, the 11th Doctor. The 11th Doctor quite literally crashed into our screens and almost immediately saved the planet from destruction. He saved the future human race from extinction, battled the Daleks, and this was all before he could finish his fish fingers and custard. 11 started off as a wandering madman with a box, eating fish fingers and custard and being a straight up fairy tale. Okay, maybe not much has changed. This Doctor was 906 when he first hit our screens and over 2000 when he left. In that time, he made a small TARDIS family with Amy, Rory and his wife River Song. After losing them to the Weeping Angels, there was a new mystery to solve, the Impossible Girl. He then saved Gallifrey and lived on Trenzalore for years, protecting their people and his own, and was rewarded with new life. Number 2, the 4th Doctor. Phone for the Doctor quick quick quick, the 4th Doctor's eccentric speech, fashion sense and love of jelly babies gives this Doctor a unique, automatically recognisable figure. At the helm of the show for 7 years, the 4th Doctor's clownish, nutty professor personality shone through and perfectly contrasted his companions, Sarah Jane, Harry and Romana respectively. Unlike the man of action before him, the 4th Doctor was a lot more playful and quite adventurous. He had a sense of morality, constantly questioning on whether his actions are good or bad, and the consequences of his decisions. The 4th Doctor was the definite article and the archetype for all following Doctors.
I was rather under the impression that Mr. Duggan was following me.
Oh, well, you're a beautiful woman, probably, and Duggan was trying to summon up the courage to ask you out to dinner, weren't you, Duggan?
Who sent you?
Who sent me what?
Before we reveal our opinion on the best Doctor, here are some of the Doctors that didn't quite make the list.
In all my travellings throughout the universe, I have battled against evil, against power-mad conspirators. I should have stayed here. The oldest civilization. Decadent, degenerate, and rotten to the core. Power-mad conspirators, Daleks, Sontarans, Cybermen. They're still in the nursery compared to us. 10 million years of absolute power. That's what it takes to be really corrupt.
You three, relax, but stay put. I'll check the rest of the train. Fat lot of use you two were.
Hey! Hold on there, please, madam. I need you to do as I say. This could be a potential crime
Why are you
scene.
calling me madam?
Because you're a woman.
Am I? Does it suit me?
What?
Number 1, the 10th Doctor. Oh yes, you know he was going to be here. A man of action, extremely human and extremely emotional. The 10th Doctor had a lot of agony and pain, but still managed to push through. A sweet and quirky brave hero, especially to those he loved most. After waking up from his post-regeneration sleep, 10 instantly bested the leader of the Sycorax in combat and even gave him a chance to leave Earth, claiming that he no longer gave second chances and then wanted to celebrate Christmas with the people he cared about. We saw 10 lose to numerous people he emotionally connected to and the toll it took on him when seeing him confide in various people and not be able to avoid crying. We also saw brief glimpses into the Time Lord victorious, a dark side of the 10th Doctor, unafraid of holding back against enemies and even elements of the universe. 10 fought every big bad and kept going, even when everyone he cared about had either died or moved on. So scared of his own death, we see him break down before being the Doctor one more time and giving his life for Wilf. Despite having the biggest family of any Doctor, 10 regenerated alone, claiming he didn't want to go, and let's be honest, he never really did.
I know these teeth.
Think we missed anyone out? Be sure to like the video and let us know in the comments. We really hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 and thank you for watching Talking Whoniverse.